I'm Trevor, the CEO of the same foundation. The donation we received from Interbase helped us in procuring vital, life-saving medical equipment and PPE for Tygerberg and Groote hospitals in the Western Cape. This was while the Western Cape was the epicenter of the pandemic. If you would like to get in touch or assist us in these projects, you can get hold of us on our website, which is www.samefoundation.org.za, Facebook and Instagram or LinkedIn.
Race 4 on the card is the first of our Grade 1 features. It's the Tequini Stakes over 1,600 metres, due off at 2:15, and it's the first leg of our carryover pick 6. We have a 2 million rand carryover. We're expecting that pool to get close to the 12 million rand mark. And certainly with juveniles featuring in the opening 2 legs of the pick 6, you've got to tread cautiously early on and perhaps rely on a few later on in the pick 6 to help you out. But let's start with race 4, the Tequini Stakes. We're going to show you a rerun. Obviously, we know now that number 14, Amina, is a scratching, but that race is worth looking at because Time for Orchids ran 3rd and Woodland Retreat ran 2nd. So let's have a look at Amina in action, but watch the horses behind her. From July Day, and then an interview with Craig Udy.
Time for Glory's running on. Ride on Hooked Extreme outside. Amina Marani, Bevy's Delight, Woodland Retreat. Take your pick. Time for Orchids running on. But Amina with a scintillating turn of foot. Richard, Faree and Amina. Fleet-footed for the victory. Woodland Retreat second. Time for Orchids and Ride on. Amina rises to the occasion.
Woodland Retreat ran a very good race last time. She was actually didn't get a clear run coming through about the 300, and Serena had to ease and switch and only beaten half a length. He thinks that if she'd got through, he'd have been right on top of them, if not won the race. But anyway, she's very, very well. He's very happy with her, and we're expecting a huge run from a better draw.
So there we saw Amina winning on July Day, beating home Woodland Retreat and Time for Orchids. Of course, Amina, unfortunately, is a scratching on Saturday, but that does leave the way open for Woodland Retreat and Time for Orchids to be ultra competitive in this year's renewal of the Grade 1 Tequini Stakes over 1,600 metres. Rahil, again, I'm going to mention that I'm not understanding the betting market why Woodland Retreat is so ignored. It ran 2nd in the Debonair, ran 2nd in the Golden Slipper, and is a big price for this race, and on both of those occasions was running on over 1,400 metres, as if a 1,600 metre contest is going to be right up her alley. But it is that competitive. Obviously with Amina out, we've got the likes of Canadian Summer, Time for Orchids, and Woodland Retreat. But then there are a couple of others to throw into the mix, and one of those, of course, Paul Peter, champion trainer, Warren Kennedy, champion jockey, teaming up with Bless My Stars, 2-year-old daughter to give me the green light, who won by more than 6 lengths on debut, and obviously has to be respected.
I think she has to be respected, Graham. However, she didn't beat the strongest of fields on debut. High Roller, who she absolutely thumped, has come out to win from the form line. So there's only been one winner from that form line. I don't think it's the particularly strongest form line, however. And Bless My Star, she takes on horses that have been proven at this level. They've run crackers. So I think she could just be held in this lineup. But from that winning perspective, I think the Golden Slipper form line is going to work out. Like I said earlier on, with Ride On in race number 2, I think the form line will hold up. And number 3, Time for Orchids, that's going to be my top choice, followed by number 12, Woodland Retreat. And I think those 2 horses could fight out the finish. Woodland Retreat, she's obviously drawn wider now in gate number 12. But Serena Woodley, no doubt he'll have a plan from the draws, and she'll be doing the best work at the finish. Now, if we just go to Time for Orchids, she's my top choice. Massive draw turnaround, 12 out of 12 last time out on their first run at Hollywoodbets Greyville. She's now drawn 3, informed jockey Keegan DeMillo, Sean Terry, they team up. And from that last form line, the horses that finished 11th and 12th in the race in the form of Time Chaser, Royce Tees, they both come out to win. There's only been 3 runners and 2 winners from the form line. And I think Time for Orchids, she's going to be a massive runner. She's been priced up at around 4 or 5 to 1 in the market. With a good draw, I think she's a horse to beat.
Time for Orchids is the choice of Rahil. I certainly have a lot of respect for Time for Orchids, but also for Canadian Summer. Bless My Stars. None other is certainly worth the mention. Lucky Hoodalaka's in town. The Wilgeborst Drift Colours, Craig Zaki, 2-year-old daughter of Flower Alley, who's won twice from 4 starts. And then one other I want to mention. I've got a feeling there's more to come. Is number 11, Rock the Fox. Easy winner last time out. Form earlier behind River Carares, What a Tiger, Maharani. Perhaps she's looking for the 1600 metres, which she won over last time out, so a healthy respect for Sean Terry's other runner, the stable companion to Time for Orchid, so Sean Terry certainly has a strong hand. And I think Woodland Retreat is completely overpriced. But let's have a look at our Dlala selections, and I'll go first and then hand over to Rahil. Obviously, Amina is a scratching, so my top choice now emerges as being number 5, Bless My Stars, followed by number 1, Canadian Summer, number 11, Rock the Fox. And I'm going to throw in number 3, Time for Orchids, as my 4th choice and change my exacta box now that 14 is out to boxed 1, 3, 5, and it should be and 11. 1, 3, 5, and 11, and throw in Woodland Retreat as well if you're looking to expand that selection.
And I'll have a look at my Dlala selections, and my top choice is number 3, Time for Orchids. You can ignore number 14, Amina. So my exactas box will just be 2 numbers, 3 and 12. With the, I think this exacta will pay nicely considering the price of Woodland Retreat. And then in third position, I will be number 5, Bless My Stars. Over, I think she could be held by the top 2. So Time for Orchids is going to be my top choice in this race. And Graham, we're looking forward to a nice big pick 6 pool, and hopefully the results go your way on Saturday.
Yeah, well, I'm going to play it wide in the opening leg and in the second leg. I've learned my lesson with these 2-year-olds, and you know, the year that I'm going to go wide and change my strategy, that's when the favourites will come romping home. So that's the nature of horse racing. But I'm going to be bankering Nebras, I'm going to be bankering Jet Dark, and I'm going to be bankering Marina. So I'm loading up the first 3 legs and going tight in the last 3 legs. We'll be back for race 5 in just a moment.
My name is Beston. I live in Cape Town. Also, I do delivery. Interbet helped me to realize my dreams. Now I have my own delivery vehicle, and I'm able to do the removal in and around Cape Town.